Yo, what is up guys? It is Samool back again with another Epic 7 tier list for you guys. And today we're going to be ranking what units you should be pulling for from the triple banner that is coming out in the near future. Smilegate said that they'll be releasing this banner right after you complete episode 1 10-10. For new and existing players, you'll be able to pick a triple banner. You'll be able to choose 3 units that have had their last rerun in the past 6 months. And basically you can pull for that banner and the artifact. So basically new units, including limited units, won't be able to be pulled for on this, but if they've been out for a while and their first rerun has happened in the past 6 months, then you'll be able to pull for both their unit and the artifact, as well as be able to buy the artifact and unit from the store with something called coins. And the coin system is going to work like this. On the triple banner, you're going to pull one time, you have a chance at all 3 units and all 3 artifacts, and you get 1 coin, and you can use 120 coins for the hero and 100 coins for the artifact of your choice, and it's unlimited. So very, very good way for new players to get new heroes that are very strong, such as Tamarin, or for older players to get imprints for units such as like Summertime Assyria and so forth, and also artifacts as well. That being said, I decided to rank the units in order in what I think you guys should prioritize as a newer player. Obviously, if you're a late game player and you have all these units already at that point, then you're just going to pull for imprints or for limit break copies for your artifacts. But this video is primarily going to be focusing on what newer players to the game should be trying to get from, the triple summon. That being said, let's start from the top. So it should be no surprise. I think these 3 units are going to be the best choices that you can get. The first one we have is Tamarin. I think Tamarin is a must-have in PvE. She's very, very good in Azumnak Hunt, very good in Rage. She's basically good everywhere besides like Wyvern. But outside of Wyvern, she is God tier. She'll be the best soul Wyvern in the game. She has healing, CR push, she has strip. She has basically everything that you need in a healer and any like utility unit, to be honest. Right after that, we have 2 of the limited units. So we have Landy and Seaside Bologna. Both are limited rangers. Both are very strong in PvE in their own right. SSB is very good in Wyvern. She's good in Ice or Fire Expedition. She's good in Rage. She's good in Abyss. She's good in general PvE in general. And we also have Landy, who's very good in like Azumnak, very good in Dark Expedition, very good in Banshee, normal teams, very good in Raid, very good in Abyss. So both these units are very, very powerful in PvE, as you can see. It's just that Landy is a bit higher because Landy is technically a bit more meta right now in PvP than SSB. Although SSB has had a comeback in the PvP meta, and she's actually not that bad anymore. She's pretty strong. So yeah, both these units very close. But this triple unit, like this trio of units, is what you're going to aim for as a newer player, in my opinion. You're getting Tamarin in the best soul eater in the game, and you're getting 2 limited units that usually run in the summer and the fall, that are very good in PvE and also very, very good in PvP. And also all 3 artifacts are very powerful. You have Idol's Cheer from Tamarin. You have Guiding Light, or not Guiding Light, Wall of Order from Landy, which is good for cleavers that like using like Operator Cigarette and even Landy herself. And you have SSB on Drink, which is very, very powerful on SSB. It's probably her best artifact. So yeah, very, very good options to choose from. And now we're giving a tier down to S tier. Still very good units to pull for. It's most likely going to be for people that have already had the top 3 units. And that is going to be Luna, Sigrid, and Rwana. Let's start with Luna. So Luna is a limited unit. She's a single target DPS. She has some usage in PvP as like a counter bruiser, but not really much. It's kind of like a meme build. But in PvE, she's very strong. She's good in Dark Expedition. She's good in Fire Expedition. She's basically a slot in for Commander Arena. And she can be better if you manual, because she has her Soul Burn on her S1, which will make her do massive amounts of damage. So you can use it in like Abyss, in Raid, and stuff like that, and you'll have very, very good results with her. The only thing, yeah, like she's not really used in PvP, but she is pretty decent in PvE. Now, Luna is a very good unit, but alongside Luna, you're going to get Draco Plate, which is a very powerful artifact. One of the best, if not the best, warrior artifact in the game for most bruisers. So while you're pulling for Luna and on the triple banner, you have a chance to get Draco Plate, which is going to be honestly a big reason why a lot of late game players are going to choose Luna, because Draco Plate is a very, very powerful limited artifact for warriors. Next, we have Sigrid. So the only reason Sigrid is limited, or not limited, the only reason why Sigrid is listed below the limited is because she's not limited, but she is very good in Wyvern. If you guys don't have her as a newer player, you guys chose a different unit from Selective Summon, and you don't want to reroll because you got like a good ML4 5-star or another RGB 5-star, that's fine. Just make sure that you get Sigrid from the triple banner. At least have her in for one of the 3 slots, because she will speed up your Wyvern runs, she will up your win rate, and she will allow you to start one-shotting Wyvern really quickly because she is the best one-shotter in the game for Wyvern 13. Alongside Sigurd, you'll get Cradle of Life. Her artifact, actually not that bad anymore after the buffs. If you're really struggling with debuffs, although you probably won't if you have Sigurd on your team, you can just run Cradle of Life on her. Although it will gimp her damage a bit, it will up your debuffs by a lot and make it so you can have 3 debuffs on the boss really, really easily. Next, after Sigurd, guys, we have Rowana. So Rowana, very powerful unit. She is super strong in PvE and also super strong in PvP right now. So in PvP, she's a good Bellion counter, Rem counter, basically anything with counterattacks or extra attacks, you can use her. And she will basically solo heal your team and she becomes a must ban in World Arena. In PvE, she's very good in Hell Raid. She's needed for auto Hell Raid. Even in normal Hell Raid and manual Hell Raid, she's like super strong. She's very good in Ice Expedition. She's the best Soul Weaver by far for KDs. She is super strong in Episode 3 Adventure. She's very good in, what's it called? Abyss and some floors. So like I said, very strong unit. Her artifact not that great though, Stella Harpa, but it is still very strong on some certain scenarios. I like using Stella Harpa on Rowana actually, or not Stella Harpa, Touch of Rakos. Touch of Rakos is pretty bad for most scenarios, but yeah, you're mostly going to pull on Rowana's banner for Rowana herself more so than her artifact. But yeah, Rowana very, very powerful in both PvE and PvP as well. The only thing is she's not limited. Next, we're dropping down to the A tier. So these you kind of want to not pull for if you can. These are kind of like the last resort options, but we have Summertime Assyria first. Limited unit, no usage in PvE really, except you can use her maybe in Hell Queen, but in PvP she's very strong for cleavers. So if you have all the top above listed units because you're a mid-game player that was focusing on PvE and you got all the units that you needed, then you might want to start getting into the PvP limited. So we have Summertime Assyria, very powerful, super strong as a cleave unit. She will basically one-shot your team. You just have to build her super fast on high effectiveness and pretty decent attack, and she will do you wonders. The only thing is she kind of needs her artifact at plus 30 to work, and if you have a lot of bookmarks saved up, you can plus 30 that bookmark that you pull from her triple banner, but otherwise it's kind of a little bit of a gamble if you don't have her at plus 30. Next we have Cerise. Honestly, I'm going to put Cerise a little bit higher than Summertime Assyria. Let me explain why. So Cerise is very strong in PvE, Dark Expedition, Light Expedition, she's BIS. She's also very good in Fire Expedition, she's also good in Abyss, and she's very good in PvP, especially in Guild Wars defense. So that's why she's a little bit higher than Summertime Assyria. Her artifact is also very good, Guiding Light. Very good on Rangers, especially good on Landy, especially good on Ranger opening units like Faithless Lidica, Operator Sigrid, stuff like that, Briar Witch Assyria. So you really want to make sure you pull on her banner, especially if you want to start getting into PvP, and if you need a really good late game PvE option for expeditions. After those two limited units, we have Assyria. So Assyria, her banner just ran. She's very good in general PvE as well, especially if you pair her with Tamarin. So if you have Tamarin and Assyria, Assyria can keep Tamarin in idle form permanently, and she's very good in Asmonite 13, she's very good in Raid, very good in Banshee Normal. She's just an exceptionally good unit that pairs very well with Tamarin because their kits are very, very well aligned. Assyria has that defense break that Tamarin is missing from her kit, and Assyria can always reset Tamarin's S3 cooldown. And next after Assyria we have Vivian. So Vivian's banner also just ran, but she's a very good unit for Banshee one-shot. Now the reason why I have her listed at A tier for this and not a lot lower is because even though she's primarily only used in Banshee one-shot and she can technically be used as a general purpose, you know, attack buffing AoE damage dealer, she is so good for Banshee one-shot, and she is going to fill that one role that a lot of people need help with or are struggling to find a unit for, and that is the attack buffing role and the wave clear one shot for the first wave role. So usually the attack buffer is hard to get, and also the first wave one shot is hard to get as well. Especially if you're new to the game, you have to wait for specific banners like Charles and stuff like that, or wait for a specific ML4 star like BBK, or have extremely high quality gear for your free Spiriteria. But Vivian fits both those roles of attack buffing and first wave one shotting. So all you really need to do is fit in a defense breaker and a boss one shotter, and you're good to go. Next we have Sirmia. So Sirmia, very good for late game PvE players. She's good in PvP and Guild Wars, especially if you use her as a single target nuker. But in PvE, she's very good in KDs and Light Expedition, which are two important areas of content that a lot of people struggle with, and even Golem as well, and Earth Expedition. So very good unit. Make sure you guys pick her up if you guys have all the above listed units. She's very, very strong. I know for sure once I picked her up, my KD's win rate went up by a lot, and the speed went up by a lot as well. Next we have Luluka, which is starting off the B tier. So Luluka is a pretty decent overall PvE unit. You can take her into a lot of areas of content like Dark Expo, Wyvern, Fire Expo, Raid, Abyss, Hall of Trials, like pretty much like in almost every area of content where you need a defense breaker and like a unit that can, you know, make your team a little bit more tankier. But the thing is, she can always be slotted out for different units. She's very easily replaceable. Yes, she is very good and covers a lot of areas of content, but she's not going to be like the super hard like carry unit of your team. She's always going to be replaceable by usually like Falcon or Clary or Adventure Ross or any other defense breaker. Even Asari is a good replacement for her as well. So even though she's used in a lot of places, I think she's a she's a pretty decent unit, to be honest. Next we have Violet. So Violet's mostly for PvP guys. You can use them in KDs as well. I've seen some people use them in KDs and Light Expo. But in PvP, yeah, this guy's a menace. He's one of the best RGB units that's non-limited for PvP. And keep in mind that you can't pick collab units from this. So there's a lot of PvP units we're not going to be able to get. But yeah, very strong unit for PvP. If you guys really need a good green bruiser, I would recommend taking Violet, especially if you have all the units above and you're just looking to get into PvP and World Arena now. Then Violet is a good option for you. So yeah, that pretty much sums up what units I think you guys should prioritize from the triple banner that's coming out in the near future, not announced yet, after completing episode 1 chapter 10-10. If you guys have any disagreements or think some units are missing, make sure you let me know down below. And as always, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps my channel out a lot. And I'll see you guys next video. Peace.